Without a vision, you are drifting around the universe. Now, what do I mean by that? So, most people are going to work Monday to Friday, going about their daily business, and never really questioning why they are doing what they're doing. Now, I see a lot of trades posting on their Instagram, uh, you know, building my dream business. Well, you're not really. You're working for your customers, so therefore you're building your customer's dream business. You're building their extension, not building your extension. And a lot of people are working away, lots of hours, never really questioning what they're doing. And before you know it, it's 50 years of your life gone. And you look back and you think, I wish I'd done more of this. I wish I'd done more of that. I wish I had more money. Wish I had more time. Wish I spent more time with my family. Wish I spent more time doing my hobbies. And that really comes down to a lack of vision. So I first discovered this when I went away with my mentors to a retreat. And it was the first time I stepped out of my business and really reflected on where I was. Now, I was in a pretty good place. I was earning good money. I was working hard. Don't get me wrong. I was working a lot of hours, but I was doing okay. I'd cleared my mortgage at the age of 40, and I'd got money in the bank. I was busy with work, so I sort of felt like I was doing okay. But when I sat there with my mentors and they said, "Oh, what sort of scale are you happy on a level of 1 to 10?" I sort of stopped and thought about it, and I thought, well, yeah, actually, I'm quite unhappy. My body aches from doing the physical work. I'm working a lot of hours. I was typically working 80 to 100 hours a week. Customers started to moan a little bit more than what they used to. I don't know what that's changed, or whether it's from the internet. And maybe some of you can relate to that. If you can, put it in the comments below. But yeah, actually, it wasn't until someone really asked me, I realised actually that I wasn't that happy doing what I was doing. And then the other question was, is what you're doing going to get you to where you really want to be? Well, I didn't really know where I wanted to be because at the minute I was just in the presence. So I was busy working, I had a few months' work booked up, and I suppose that's as far as we think. We have a holiday every year. We don't really think long term. So long term really is the vision, where you want to be. How healthy do you want to be? What does your bank balance want to look like? Where do you want to spend most of your time? Who do you want to spend most of your time with? That's the vision. And the vision shouldn't be limited on today's money and time constraints. Um, so, one of the things I really helped find me get from where I was to where I am now was having a vision. And that vision is to spend 6 months abroad a year, which I do. I'm currently here in Spain. I've been out cycling for a couple of weeks. I wanted to do a lot of charity work, so I do events every year. I'm just about to do a golf charity event. I also do endurance events like run the Marathon des Sables. I'm going to run the Grand Canyon Ultra next year for charities. I like to raise money for charity. I wanted to become a multimillionaire because I knew money gives you options. And that's what it does. Money gives you options. Money makes you more of who you are. I wanted to be fit and healthy, so I had to come off the tools. I wanted to stop working for customers. I like teaching people some of the stuff I've learned. So I've got a big property developers academy. I help a lot of people get off the tools and become property developers and get clear on their vision. I drive a Lamborghini, drive a Hellcat. These are the sort of dream cars that I dreamt about. And the funny thing is about a vision is that once you map out your vision, it falls into place, as weird as that sounds. And it's a bit like if you said, I want to buy a yellow BMW. You don't need to know how you're going to pay for the BMW or how you're going to get it or when you're going to get it. But at some point, you will start noticing yellow BMWs. And that's your vision. Once you get clear on your vision, work out what you want to do, where you want to spend your time, who you want to spend your time with, those opportunities will start to fall into place. Because all the time we're going about our daily business, these opportunities are passing us by. And we're unaware of them because we haven't got a vision that's aligned with those opportunities. We're just consumed in the now. Okay, so you've got to think about the future. And the clearer you can get on that future, the more detailed you can get on that future, the more those things will fall into place, the more you will come across people in your life that are going to help that vision become reality. And honestly, I can't really tell you, it's actually quite easy to get everything you want once you know what you want. It might sound a bit of a cliche, but honestly, once you get clear on what you want, you can have anything you want. You don't need to know how you're going to get it. It will just fall into place. So my advice to anybody watching the video is get clear on your vision. And this can just be simple things like having a vision board, sitting down with your partner or whatever and deciding everything you want. And you might want to go and get a load of Google images, print them off, or put them on your screensaver, on your laptop, on your phone, whatever. It's good if you can hang it somewhere visual, so like maybe in an office or on your fridge, and print out all the pictures of the things you want to happen. So all the places you want to travel, the dream house you want to live in. We're out here looking to buy a massive villa with a pool that we're going to run our retreats from, and we'll pay cash for that. So again, my plan is to live debt free, and get that vision board somewhere where you can see it on a daily basis. And I guarantee you will start ticking those things off one by one. Sorry to interrupt the video, but look, if you want to get results like this from building stuff like that, make sure you subscribe, because I've got loads of videos from ordinary people just like me and you getting extraordinary results doing property developments. Right, back to the video. All the destinations, all the cars you want to drive, all the places you want to go to. Honestly, having a vision is so powerful. I can't tell you the importance of just how important it is. Because without a vision, you will just carry on drifting through life, Monday to Friday, weekends off, one holiday a year, paying your bills until you die. Look, the world's changing at a rapid pace. It's not getting any better if you're trapped in that society of, eat, sleep, work. The government, want to control you. So you've got to break free from that. And it's going to get harder and harder to live the life on your terms, how you want it to be, if you don't have money, because money gives you options. So yeah, get a vision board, get clear on a vision. I help a lot of people figure this stuff out on the retreats I run every year. So I take a small group of people away and we map out their future. So the next 1, 3, 5 years in detail, and we get clear on what they want to do. So clear on what they want to achieve at work, what jobs they want to do, who they want to work for, how much money they want to earn. A lot of my clients are coming through and they want to get off the tools. They want to spend more time with their family. They want to pick the kids up from school. They want to stay healthy. And we help map out this journey. And eventually, over a period of time, it turns into reality. I've got so many students now that are on site, on multiple sites, been doing more than 1 or 2 sites now. They're getting ready to start picking up the keys to their dream cars. They spend more time with their family. They don't work weekends. They don't work evenings. And they get very clear on their vision. They start and tick off things on their bucket list. I've got guys that have done like 100-kilometer runs. I've got another guy doing the Marathon des Sables next year. So they're all inspired by some of the stuff I've done. And, I sort of feel grateful for being able to inspire these people to do more with their lives. But yeah, retreat is an amazing place to take yourself away, switch off, get yourself away from the day-to-day world, be selfish, think about yourself for the first time in your life, and create those plans for you and your family, what you deserve. Because look, life will pass by like that. And you're either going to work all your life or you're going to get to live your life. But in reality, none of us know how long we've got left. I'm in my 50s now, so I make the most of every day. But the last thing I want to do is just keep working and saying, when I'm 65, I'm going to do this. When I'm 65, I'm going to do that. The retirement age is already going to be 71. And retirement for me is not sitting in an armchair with pipe and slippers watching Countdown. You've got to make the most of life and live life, because you just never know how long you've got left. I've lost family members younger than me, 40. My uncle was 40. My cousin's just passed away at 54. My other cousin passed away at 50. So I'm already outliving some of my family members already. And yeah, you've got to make the most of life. You've got to get out there and do as much as you can in the time you've got while you've got it available. Because if you don't have a vision, you will spend the rest of your life working. I hope you found this video useful. I don't mean to sound a bit sort of morbid and a bit somber, but look, you've got to make the most of the opportunity while you're on this short space of time on this planet. And I believe that fully starts with having a crystal clear vision.